Okay, right. This is a small tutorial on a very cool effect called card to mouth. It's a great effect. I'm sure you're all familiar with it. Where a spectator selects a card, they place it into the middle of a packet of cards, and then suddenly it jumps from the middle of the packet into the mouth of the magician. It's a pretty easy effect, but I'm just going to show you some ways of approaching how to perform it. Obviously the easiest way to do it, and the way I do it sometimes, it could be a bit of a hassle getting the double lift, but I do what would look like a Hindu force, and I just tell them to stop when they want, okay? So obviously a Hindu force is incredibly easy, just pulling off cards off the top, and whenever they say stop, I'll say it's not a force. We'll stop at the card you stopped at, and by this time you really want to get, when you do this trick, you want to be able to get a double lift pretty quickly, okay? So you can approach the double lift however you want, just get a double push off. I do the way Gnarly Cards approaches it, which is when they say stop, you riffle down 2 cards, push your thumb across them so you get a bend, put your finger between the bend, let it pop up. Obviously if you want to do that effectively you've got to do it pretty quickly, so obviously every time I do that trick I work on it. There are many different ways you can do a different way to doing this, say stop when you want. You could do one of those riffle down, say stop whenever you want, and get a double lift from the middle, so ask them to say stop whenever they want. Let's say here you get a double, I'm not very good at it actually. Let's say you get a double lift from the middle, which I haven't practiced. I don't actually do it in any of my tricks, so get a double lift. Let's take the 2 of clubs, and you can do it from there. I've just thought another way of doing it is you can say, right now what I want you to do is just take out a card, okay, and then you can even ask them, oh it's the Joker, sorry, you can even say the 7 of spades, you can even ask them to place it on the bottom, and then from there you can do the glide, although that could be a bit again a bit of a hassle. So for me there are 3 ways of approaching this. Let's do the first way I said is do a Hindu force or a Hindu shuffle, and begin to do a Hindu shuffle, bring off small portions of the packet, not like big chunks, okay? So you say, I want you to say stop whenever you want, so this is pretty easy, and they say stop here, and you can say, well I'm going to force the bottom card on you, we're going to take the card you stopped at, do the quick double lift, okay? And let's say the 4 of spades, so you're going to show them the 4 of spades, which is seemingly the top card when it's a double, okay, and you're going to turn it face down again. Now this is the bit which can be a bit like misleading or a bit annoying because you can't get into it quickly, but you want to do a single-handed spread. Now obviously not all single-handed spreads are easy to do. I know Pia Nintendo Man's friend is a flourisher, and he did a flourishist, and he did a video recently on how to do the single-handed spread. For those of you who don't know, you want to take a small portion of the deck, let's say about a quarter, off the bottom because you've got the 2 cards on top, and you want to make sure the spectator thinks that their card is on the top. So you want to say, right, pretty simple, we've shown you the top card, which is a double, we've shown you the top card, and we're just going to take a portion of the bottom, and you want to do a single hand spread. Now the way you do this is you want to get the cards into a saddle grip, which is index and pinky finger on the edges, and the ring and the middle finger on the bottom. You can take your thumb and place it in the bottom corner, closest to your pinky finger, and then take your index finger away, as well as your pinky finger, and just slide your thumb from here to here. Okay, so you're just going to do that. So you want to take your thumb there, take both fingers away, but index, you'll want your pinky finger close to them, because you're just going to hold your hand in a fist. So, cards off the bottom, get that saddle grip and spread. It doesn't have to be good, you just need to be able to get a place where you can push the top card in. Pretty simple, just thumb off. This is not their card, but they think it is. This has worked many times. And you're just going to hold it there and you say, what I want you to do is push the card in. And this whole getting them involved in pushing the card in gives you time to put the card in your mouth. Okay? So, don't put it like between your teeth or anything because that will ruin the card. Just like curl your lips in so it's between like the outside of your lips. And this really relies on how much you engross your spectators into pushing the card in the whole trick. So you don't want to do this to a big audience, just a small, like maybe 2 or 3 people. Best works on, I did it to a table of 4, but one of them already knew how I did it, which was my mum, obviously, because I show my mum all my tricks. But this one girl, she looked at my face and she had no idea that the card was in my mouth already, so she looked back down at the cards and I was like, it's up here. It's quite funny. Anyway, so you get them to push the card, and while they're doing that, obviously you're going to place their card in your mouth. So let's say it's in my mouth. You just want to square up the spread. Do 1, 2, 3 cuts, snap. Then from there you can just do nothing. You just want to look at their face. You just want to look them in the eye with the card in your mouth. Okay, so look them in the eye, and when they look up, it's just like, whoa, how did he do that kind of thing? It's a great effect. So the second way of doing it, I'm running out of time, but the second way of doing it, instead of the Hindu shuffling, is I said you want to do a riffle, a double lift from the middle. So you're gonna, the way you do this is you riffle down, wherever they say stop, you're going to place your index finger in, riffle 2 more cards, 1, 2, place your middle finger between where you stopped at and the 2 cards, and with your index and middle you want to pull them out. Now you can either leave it there or you can push it forward like this, wherever you want to show it. You can show, right, we've got the 9 of hearts, and again you're just going to take this out and place it on top, and again this is a double. Actually the 10 of hearts is the double, which is kind of convenient. So we've got the 10 of hearts, and again you just want to set about taking off a bottom portion, saddle, single hand spread, place it in anywhere you want, where they push it in, put it in your mouth, square it up, 1, 2, 3, snap, boom. Okay, right, if it takes them ages you can just go like this, it's up here kind of thing. It's quite funny. But don't make any noise, okay? Now the last way I said you could do is you can get them to select any card by hand instead of saying stop or anything like that. And you can say, right, I want to show you, we're going to place your card on the bottom, pretty fair, 10 of clubs on the bottom of the packet, turn it face down, and you're going to do the glide. And I said, now what I want you to do is we're going to have the card taken out at the bottom. This is not their card, but they should think it is. Now, actually I've just realised we can't do that. But anyway, you place that on the surface, take a portion off the top, and then spread it. Okay, and then you can take their card, what they think is their card, and push it in the middle. I just realised it'd be really hard to get the bottom card into your mouth. But if you want to work on that, then you can. But you can, while they're pushing it in, do a kind of deck flip, whatever you want to do. But you don't want to do an entire deck flip, you want to do a half deck flip, so it comes onto the other side. You just want to get the 10 of clubs to the top. However, you can push it off the bottom, but that would be really awkward and really difficult. So, never mind my suggestion of putting it on the bottom. Anyway, push it into your mouth. Okay, so I'm sure you understood all of what I just said. So, again, you don't want to do too many cuts. You don't want to be spending ages just doing this whole cutting thing, because they'll look up by then. You just want to go 1, 2, 3. Make sure you drop it, don't place it. Drop, snap. You want to get a good snap rather than a kind of like bad snap. You want to get a nice good snap. If it takes them ages, point up. But the whole thing of this is do not at all make any sound when it's in your mouth. Also, don't ramble on too much, because if you ramble on too much, they'll expect you to say something else when you can't, because the card is in your mouth. So they say, hang on, he's gone all silent for all of a sudden, what's in his mouth, kind of thing. So don't mess